Hello, everybody. I hope you had a great day. Have a greater evening. Um, sorry. I saw Gypsy Rose's last live on the internet, and I thought it was really funny because she keeps saying she's going to be going off of the internet, that she's shutting down her TikTok and all this other stuff. And it's like, girl, we know you're not going to shut your TikTok down because that's where your money's coming from. You're what I don't know how many million followers you have still. I don't care. But yeah, she's on the internet saying she's gonna, stop making videos and live a private life. Yeah, right, okay. When she does that, I'll run for president. But we all know she's not gonna do that because it's not in her character to just, stop something that's making her money. Um so yeah. She also said that she can't get a job because people keep putting her in, every time they recognize her, they put her in this "you're a murderer" type of deal. And well, she is a murderer. She murdered her mother. That's probably the worst kind of murder besides mass murderer that you can probably find. And she's out running around living her best life and blah blah blah. Well, Nick Godejohn is in prison for the rest of his life. His mom, she died of a drug overdose. Her mom's dead because she did the act, not Nick. Um, yeah, so many people have suffered because of her, and she says she owes nothing to nobody. Well, I think you do owe something to everybody because you need to go away. Go away and don't ever come back because you're not wanted. You're not needed and you're not wanted. And your baby is going to know that one as soon as she can talk. She's going to see that you're a loser and that's all you'll ever be is a loser. Trying to get a man, that'll stay with you. And it's just, I feel so sorry for that little girl. If she's even real. And right now, I'm still on the fence about that because, she could shut everybody up if she just showed her kid, not somebody else's kid, her kid, along with the birth certificate and everything else. Just prove it to us and shut us up, and we'll leave you alone about it. But, she won't do that because, everybody's got to be stuck in, this whatever we're stuck in. I know I keep saying I'm not going to do any more, Gypsy Rose Blanchard videos, but she keeps doing more and more stupid things, like shaving off or cutting her hair. Now we all know why she did it because CPS and drug testing and all that other stuff. Kenny Boy, everybody's saying that he might be in rehab, which I think he really needs to be if he wants to keep his daughter. You know, I don't know, just just keep her, right. But yeah. So if he's in rehab and he gets out and he stays clean, because he shaved his head too, and God only knows what other parts he shaved. They say that you need an inch and a half of hair. Okay, so I don't know if Gypsy shaved all her head or she just shaved half of it because you know, I mean, she's also dyed it like a million times, so who knows if her hair is even real or not. We know it's real. I'm just saying, I don't know what the hell I'm saying. I'm just saying, she's got a lot of excuses, a lot of sob stories, a lot of she's got a lot of stuff to say about stuff. And we all know that she's a habitual liar, so who's to say that, she's not lying about everything going on already? So with CPS and I don't know. And if Ken is in rehab, who's watching that baby? Because we know that Gypsy is not a loving mother. Please. I'd be a better loving mother. My cats would be better loving mothers than her. She's not loving anything. She's just, she's just not loving anything. Um, we know that because of her chromosome deletion that she that she's addicted to sex. I don't know who'd want to have sex with her, but ew. Okay. Some people are saying the reason she cut her hair is because of her micro deletion. That she pulls her hair out and she chews her hair and all this other stuff. I don't know. I don't know because I don't like she says, you don't know what goes on behind closed doors and when the camera's off, blah blah blah. Of course we don't know because you'll never tell us and we really don't want to know. I don't care. You can be eating your snot for all I care. I don't care. The girl is just so obsessed with what everybody thinks about her, and I don't care, and I know a lot of other people don't really care about what she's saying or doing. Um, it's not affecting my life. I don't think it affects anybody else's life because we're all living. We're all doing our best to live out this life. But yeah, I don't know, y'all. She is just way too much. She is way too much for anybody, for anything. Um. Anyway, enough of her. She bores me and she sickens me all at the same time. So I'm sweating my butt off so you could hear me. So because the fan is right here and it'll be loud. So anyway, um, I just put my hair up. Uh. So yeah. Oof, sweaty. Look, sweat. You can't see, but anyway. Um. It rained today. A good rain for about maybe a few minutes. There was thunder, and we thought, well, my friend said, "Oh, it's behind the mountains, so it'll go that way." But I was like, "Oh no, they said it might come this way." So I don't know. Anyway, I can't wait for winter. Oh my god, I love cold weather. I love snow. I love winter. And last winter really sucked because we had maybe 2 or 3 days of snow, not in the same week, but one day today, like today, 5 weeks ago, and then 10 weeks ago. So yeah, it really sucked. It sucked last year, and I was really disappointed with our winter last year. It was cold, but we didn't get no snow, and I love the snow. Okay, I love the fact that it snowed and we can't go nowhere, so that's okay. Um, but wintertime, we stock up on water and food and stuff, so we have it just in case. So, yeah. Anyway, what else? We're on 8.5 minutes. Um, I've been watching Wednesday. I love that show. I loved it in the '60s. Oh my god, I'm sorry. I'm in really bad pain today. Um, oh, and that's another thing. I'm in such pain that I barely got my cat boxes cleaned out today. I have to put more stuff in one box because I have two boxes, one for pee, one for poop. One pees in one and one pees in the other. I don't know. They do their own thing, and as long as I have two boxes and they can, go wherever they want, that's good in the boxes. They never poo or pee on the floor, which is good. Although, last time I babysat the dogs, Buddy came in, and I didn't even have a chance to put anything up because my friend said, "Oh, 5:30," and she left at 5. That was my time to put the cat stuff up because Buddy will play with everything and tear the cat's toys up. But he came in. First thing he did is he peed on one of their little beds. I was so mad. I was so, oh my god, I was so mad. But I think that's what he does because when we go over to our other friend's house, um, he goes and he pees in their house. My friend, I told her, I said, you know what? Sorry, I got a hair on my lips. I can't get it off. I told her, I said, you need to train, buddy, to not do things. Just say no and mean it. When he pees on something, stick his nose in it. It's too late now because he's going to be a year old in 3 months. But still, do something, teach him something. But she's always on her phone, and it's like, get off your damn phone, okay? Teach your puppy how to do stuff and not to pee in people's houses. Don't tear shit up in the car. Just use common sense. And when you got a puppy, you got to teach them stuff. They don't know any better, and he's just going around, like, yay, it's good. It's all good. It's all good here. No, it's not all good because every time he does something, because he's a puppy, she gets mad. And I tell her, leave that dog alone. Leave him alone. Oh my God, there was a freaking snake, a 4-foot snake in our yard today, this morning. And she was going to get the shovel and chop it up. And I'm like, don't do that. That's not a rattlesnake. That's a garter snake or whatever kind of other snake. It's not a rattlesnake, okay? Leave it alone and it'll take care of the rattlesnakes. This is what I've heard. And she's like, oh, I don't know about that. I'm like, oh, I'm telling you, don't do that because, just don't hurt that snake. So she didn't hurt it and went over the fence, but it stayed there for a while, and we're both staring at it, and it's staring at us, and we're like, okay, who's gonna win this one? The snake won, thank God, because we don't need to kill everything in the yard, okay? Especially snakes. I mean, no, it's not good to have snakes around, but if they do eat mice and rats and stuff that's not supposed to be in the yard, that's a good thing. And like I said, I heard that, garter snakes or whatever, they go after rattlesnakes, which is a good thing. We don't want rattlesnakes in the yard. So I saved that snake's life, thank God. She goes, it'll just come out over there on the other end of the yard. I'm like, no, it won't. I don't want to come in here. It smells like stuff that it don't want nothing to do with. But but yeah, crazy stuff going on around here, and it's like, I just, I'm always in pain, and it seems like it's every day it's getting worse and worse. So I'm sitting there trying to, clean out the cat boxes for him and put new stuff in there for him, and my legs went weak. I mean, I was my legs were just trembling, and I was going to the ground. Thank God I was in the house when I think I was in the house. I think I was in the house when my legs went weak. I don't know. Anyway, so yeah, my hips and my back, my knees, everything hurts. My hip, my shoulders, my neck, everything hurts. Everything related to my spine hurts. And I'm not talking about a little ouchie. I'm talking about pain. I mean, pain. And it's got to do with the scoliosis and the fibromyalgia. Fibromyalgia is a son of a bitch. I tell you what, it is a son of a bitch. And God, my friends all, oh, you need to go take a walk, to the end of the driveway. I'm like, no, no. She thinks that this is just a muscle thing. It's not muscles, it's my bones that hurt. She doesn't understand, she doesn't get it. And I don't know how many times I gotta tell her every day that I'm in pain. She doesn't listen to me. She's on her stupid phone. Dang this hair, man. Ugh. But yeah, whatever. I don't want to complain about nothing like that because she does help me out when I need it the most, I guess. Yeah. Oh, I got you now. Ha 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 ha. I got that. But I got a hair on the back of my tongue and it's bugging me. So anyway, I'm gonna let you go. It's 15 minutes long, and sorry it's so long. Just had a lot of things to go over today, and I need to lay down because my freaking hips are killing me really, really bad, and my tailbone. That's the problem. It's my tailbone and three discs above it are going over or laying on top of my tailbone, and it's not a fun thing. It hurts a lot. So I don't know. Anyway, um, I hope you all have a great weekend. Today's Saturday, so I hope you have a great set Sunday. And yeah, so y'all stay you, stay strong, and please don't ever change for anyone because I love you just the way you are. Bye, y'all.